You are listening to the Overcome Pornography for Good podcast, episode 268. Welcome to the Overcome Pornography for Good podcast, where we take a research-based, trauma-informed, and results-focused approach to quitting porn. This approach has been revolutionary and changed thousands and thousands of lives. I'm your host, Sarah Brewer.
Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast. It's Kat Jenkins here from Overcome Pornography for Good. I am so excited to be with you today. And today we're going to talk about a topic that I'm sure we've talked about before. So this isn't necessarily new, but I'm hoping that I present some information in a way that might be unique or new to you, or give you kind of a different perspective on it, give you something to think about. And this is how to get unstuck. I hear this probably almost daily from people in the program. Like, I feel stuck. I feel like I'm back at square one, right? Like, those are things that we hear all the time from clients. And so I think this is appropriate to talk more about how to get unstuck, what that looks like. I today have 4 questions that I'm going to pose. These actually came from, I heard a little, like a reel on Instagram where he posed these 4 questions, and I thought that they were really good. And again, it's something that I hear all the time. So I'm like, my people could use this. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What 4 questions can we ask ourselves to help us get unstuck so that we're not staying in that place? Because that is the last thing I want for you guys, is to stay in a place where you feel stuck. So having questions that you can ask yourself is going to help you hopefully move forward. And so these 4 questions, it could be one of these places is a reason why you're stuck. And it could also be a combination of these 4 things as to why you're stuck. So do you have to do all of them? No. Do you have to do at least one of them? Yes. So that's how we're going to start. You have to at least try something here. If you've said to yourself, I feel stuck, please answer one of these questions and move towards whatever that is. Okay. So I'm going to give you the 4 questions. The first question is, and they're in no specific order, so it's not like one is more important than the other. But the first one is, what am I avoiding? So if you're feeling stuck, you can ask yourself, what am I avoiding? And the answer to that question is the thing that you are going to move towards. I want you to move straight at that thing. Okay. So what is it that you're avoiding? Are you avoiding processing your emotions? Are you avoiding doing work in the program? Go do work in the program. Are you avoiding maybe having a conversation with your spouse or a loved one? Then go do that thing. Move towards that thing. I know it's hard, but whatever it is that you're avoiding, I want you to be honest with yourself, and then I want you to move towards that thing, whatever that thing is. I know that you know what that is, because we're all avoiding something, which is why we end up viewing porn, right? It's because we're avoiding our emotions, or we're avoiding something going on in our life. Something is happening that we're probably avoiding. And so I want you to move towards that thing, okay? And if you need help with that, please come ask for coaching, because we're here to help, because it's not always easy, right? So number 2, where do I start? Like, maybe that's our question that we want to ask ourselves. So this is what we're going to do if that is where we're at. Like, I don't know where to start. Maybe that's, you're feeling stuck because you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. What is that thing going to be? You are going to look at what your goal is, and you are going to choose one simple thing to do. What is the simple thing that I can do to move towards that goal, right? I don't know where to start. Well, understanding what the goal is, right? Understanding where we want to move to first is going to help us to then decide what that's going to look like. And I want you to take one simple step towards that thing. Okay, this is going to be a quick one, but it's going to be good. Number 3, this is one that I love. Number 3, how do I win? I'm sure you've heard me talk all the time about being in a winning mindset and what that looks like, and like finding wins and moving towards wins. So this is probably my favorite. Like, how do I win in my life right now, in my circumstances right now, and where I'm at right now? I'm feeling stuck, but how do I win? How do I create wins? What's that going to look like, right? And so for this one, 3 simple steps that I'm going to take. So this is kind of similar to the other one. We got to choose something. So choose 3 things that I can do today to create wins. How can I win today? What is that going to look like? So it could be, I'm going to process one urge. I am going to maybe take a look at some of my limiting beliefs. I'm going to challenge some thoughts that I've had maybe in the past. It doesn't have to be these things, and it doesn't have to necessarily be related to the program. It could be anything that is like creating this feeling of stuckness. I feel stuck because I'm not showing up for myself. What is a simple thing that I can do to create a win that I can show up for myself? Maybe that is, right? Like sitting with an urge, or at least recognizing an urge, or seeing what's going on for me. So I also want to say that I'm saying find 3 things to do today and then repeat them tomorrow. But if 3 feels like too much, go to 2. If 2 feels like too much, do at least 1. You can't go less than 1, obviously, but try one thing and then repeat it tomorrow, and then repeat it the day after that, and then repeat it the day after that. So I want us to start getting more consistent, which is what this is going to do, right? Like, how can I create more wins? And it's by doing something today and doing it tomorrow and doing it the next day, and then continuing to show up for it. Okay. So if I have to start with just one thing before I can get to 3 things, that's okay. But start with something, move towards something. How do I win? What is that going to look like? I'm going to choose 1 thing and 2 things, 3 things, whichever. And I'm going to do it today, and then I'm going to do it tomorrow, and then I'm going to do it the next day. Okay. How do I win? Okay. Number 4, what are the habits that are interfering with where I want to go? And in this program, we all probably have one that we're like, it's my habit of porn. Okay. We know what that is. But if I understand what that is and I let myself not resist it, right? That this is a habit that's interfering with where I want to go, not from a self-judgmental place, not from self-criticism, but from a place of honesty and like, yes, it also will help us to see where we want to go. And if we can start to visualize where we want to go, that's another way that we get unstuck, because we're stuck when the habits around us that we're choosing and that we've formed feels so heavy and feels so pressury that we can't get out of them, then we feel stuck, right? And I don't want us to feel stuck. So we have to identify what those habits are. And this might not be the only one. It could be overconsumption of social media or Netflixing or food or whatever. Like, there's so many different ways that we also buffer. So being willing to open up and identify what are those habits that are interfering with where I want to go, and being open and honest about that and saying, yep, that's one, right? Because once we allow for it, once we open up to it, once we give it some space, now we can start to allow ourselves to see the end goal. Where is it that I want to go? Because opening up to where I want to go helps me start to see the path to get there. So then we're no longer stuck. Then we're no longer in that place. Okay. Those are the 4 questions. Again, there's no specific order to them necessarily. It could be one thing that I need to do. It could be multiple things that I need to do to help myself get unstuck. But choose at least one. If you are feeling stuck, choose at least one of these questions, answer it for yourself, and move towards it. I'm going to repeat the questions right now just so that we can have that basis again. What am I avoiding? Number 1, what am I avoiding? Number 2, where do I start? What is the thing that I need to do? Number 3, how do I win? How do I create some wins for myself? Choosing 1, 2, or 3 things that I will start doing today and I will do tomorrow and the next day. Okay. Number 4, what are my habits that are interfering with where I want to go? Identifying what those habits are. Again, we have a really big one here in the program. We know what it is, but that's okay. We just have to be open to identifying it. Again, we know that it's there. Of course, this is why we're here. But I think there's creating space for it then creates movement. So we don't feel so stuck, because that's what's happening is we feel stuck, we feel tight. So creating more space for that. Okay, those are the 4 questions. I don't want you to stay stuck. So if you're feeling stuck, answer one of these questions for yourself. If you need any help with them, like I said earlier, please come get coaching. Please come get help. Never stay stuck for longer than 24 hours. And please, if you recognize it, it can be less than that. So that's our podcast today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love being here in this program, and I love the work that I do with all you and watching your journey. So keep it up and let us know your wins and how things are going for you. And if you're stuck, don't stay there. Okay, see you guys next time.
I want to invite you to come and listen to my free class, How to Overcome Pornography for Good Without Using Willpower. We talk about how to stop giving into urges without pure willpower or relying on phone filters so that you can actually stop wanting pornography. We talk about how to stop giving up after a few weeks or months, and spoiler alert, the answer isn't have more willpower. And then lastly, we talk about how to make a life without porn easily sustainable and permanent. If you're trying to quit porn, this class is a game changer. So you can go and sign up at sarahbrewer.com/masterclass, and it is totally free.